everybody, it's Christina Moore, and I'm here today to give you another Tech Tip Tuesday. Today's tip is basically a couple of little tweaks that I saw across the web as I'm managing different platforms. A couple of them are just little time savers and just little tweaks that I noticed, and I figured I'd just shoot a video and share them with you. I'm going to start off with LinkedIn. So one of the things I noticed this last week, which I'm happy about, is that they now allow you to share directly from your news feed, your own personal news feed, to a company page you manage. Before, you had to copy and paste that link in. A lot of people didn't even know they could do that, and so now it's, they've made it a lot easier for you to be able to share that content over again to a company page. And so that's something that, I don't know again how many people use that, but figured I would mention it. The other thing is that LinkedIn company pages have, they're constantly evolving. I feel now they're really trying to push everybody to complete their company page, to build it and have a brand new page, if you will. They're predicting 33% more engagement and interaction when you do that. So that's something that they're pushing. I notice on any pages that I haven't been on in a while, maybe some old pages that I've been attached to. I've noticed that banner's still showing up. The other thing is that it has a content tab. For those of you that, may not have really dove into your company page, but there is a content tab now and it's been there for a while, attached to company pages. And so in that content tab, you are able to pick, select industries, there's a bunch of different options for you to pick from, and trending topics and things like that. And so what happens is as you select all of that, it gives you content and articles and things like that in whatever industry you pick. And so then you're able to take that content over and share it directly to your company page, which again, we're always looking, content is king, right? That's what everybody says. And you're always looking for great things to share. So why not share trending content over, right? That should help. In the past, LinkedIn pages were mostly about just company updates, and they've kind of evolved now. And so, at one point, you could even use a hashtag on LinkedIn. It was frowned upon to even think about it. Now you can actually follow hashtags, and so that's kind of a cool thing. Next up on my list of changes this week was Facebook. I noticed that the sharing option on that platform had gotten a little larger. There were some changes to your sharing options. They removed the events link, I noticed, but they added in to start a watch party and also share directly to your stories. And so that's kind of a cool thing. They also kind of redefined when you're sharing content to your personal page. Before, you always had the option of just sharing it directly, or you had the option of writing additional verbiage to add to that. It just wasn't super clear. And so I feel like it's, a little bit more clear now when people are writing, they want to write additional content with that post they're sharing, it's there. The other thing I noticed is for those of you that have maybe location pages that are attached to a corporate page, this is something that if you don't know, Facebook did this about, I want to say maybe 4 years ago. They added the option of adding location pages, are called, to a corporate page, to a Facebook, just one Facebook page. And so what it is it has the same name as the corporate page, but each location has their own address attached to it. So, that's kind of a cool thing for any chain, right? You're able to go to that one company page, that's the page they push out on their website, and you're able to click on that locations tab and see all of the shops or stores across the nation or across the world for that matter. And so that's kind of a cool thing. Well, I went to go do a webinar last week, and I noticed that they changed the option from locations, and now it's called shops. And so just don't get, it is a little bit tricky because shops does show up as an option depending on the template that you pick for your Facebook page. There's two shops there. No, one is for basically shopping for product, and then the other one is basically shops locations. And so I don't know why they changed the name to shops, but just know that's there. I'm happy that it's still there because was actually freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, this is gone. And this is something I use for to get people to go to that, to be able to find, you know, a location near them, and now it's gone. And so I was happy to discover that it's still there. It's just been renamed. The other thing that I noticed is that when you click on that, you're able to write right there. If you are an editor or a manager, you're able to go right to the business manager on the back end and see all the locations you manage for that business. And that is a little bit of a time saver. Before in the past, you had to go to settings and you had to click on some other links and you had to go through a couple other little steps to get to business manager. And so I just feel like this is, you know, a little bit of a shortcut to be able to get to that faster. Next up on my list is for Instagram. For those of you that use third-party apps, Instagram is now doing what Facebook did a couple of years ago, and it's now removing the option for you to be able to post from their app. At least the one I use is Hootsuite, and you can't use Hootsuite any longer after March 17th, I believe, to be able to post to a personal page. Now, Facebook kind of put this into play a couple of years ago. Now Instagram is doing the same thing. So what it's suggesting is everybody needs to upgrade to a business page to be able to do that, and then you have to reauthorize the app to be able to post there. So I always suggest, if you are using Instagram for business, to upgrade it anyway to a business page. It's free. It's not a big deal. It's in the settings, underneath settings. It just gives you more options when you're trying to market on that platform. Next up on my list is Google, and this is for Google reviews. And this is something I noticed this last week, which I thought was pretty cool. I was answering some reviews on one of the company pages, and there was a review in Spanish, and I know some Spanish, but I don't know enough. And so I was happy that it actually automatically translated that review over into English for me. You could in the past be able to, it had, I think, an option to be able to switch it and translate it. It just does it automatically now, which I like it. It has both the English and the Spanish version. So, you know, again, a little time saver for those of you that manage anybody's online reviews, you know, for reputation management. Next up was Indeed. This is my last one that I had noticed. They have a new look now for their dashboard when you log in to manage a business. They have quicker links to be able to see stuff. They have more details, more analytics to their dashboard now. I like that. You know, I'm always looking for data and stuff to share to my clients, and so that's a really good thing. And I also noticed that they've got a new tool now. It's a verify reviews. And so they are jumping into the game with everybody else with these verified reviews. And, you know, again, that's no surprise. There's so many people out there that they struggle, business owners that struggle with this. There's so many fake reviews that are created, especially on Google, and there's fake reviews that are added. And so they're just trying to give people, you know, let people know that you can trust our reviews now. We have this verified option. So it's no surprise, but it is a nice thing to see that they want people to take their platform serious. Anyway, that's all the tips I have for you this week. I hope that they're helpful. If you saw changes this week in social media or any other online platform for that matter, and you'd like to share them, I'd love to see that in a comment below. I'm always looking for new things, and I mean, because I'm on it so much, I see a lot, but I know I don't see everything. So again, if you want to comment below about something that you've seen this week, I'd love to know that. I'd love to be able to share that as well. I hope everybody has a productive week. Take care, and I will talk to you next week.